and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing some mono red, but this has a purpose. Before you click off thinking, why would I ever play red in my entire life? One, because this is one of the best decks to beat VV. If you haven't seen kind of the tournament results, VV is getting held in check oftentimes thanks to this deck, but mainly because of Razorkin Needlehead. This card is very, very strong against decks that want to draw a ton of cards. It's basically the bottom ability. Whenever an opponent draws a card, this creature deals 1 damage to them. Sometimes you'll see them splashing blue as well to be playing Scalding Viper, I believe. Yeah, sometimes they'll splash blue to play this. We're not currently doing that in today's video, but we're doing that. But I did add a little bit of spiciness to it for everybody watching, and that is to play Oger. A lot of times you're going to be playing a extra Witch Stalker and like 2 shocks or something, but I wanted to have fun. I wanted to play Oger because I think it's really dope. It does show up in today's video in a very impactful way. But other than that, we are having the Hellkites. We're on 24 lands, which seems like a lot. But when you're playing Hellkites, Ogers, or even the list that aren't playing Oger and playing the cheaper spells are playing 24 right now, because you have to be hitting 3 lands with Screaming Nemesis, even 4. So you could play this and then maybe Burst Lightning it, but also to get the 5 mana for the Hellkite, because this card is very, very strong. With that said, we're going to go ahead and dive into the games. We're playing mono red and see how well we can do on the ladder. Yeah, it seems good, especially if our opponent wants to draw cards, obviously. Get in there, brother. But other than that, I think I'm going to play the Razor here. Okay. Isn't it kind of crazy that one of our better cards that we could be playing in theory, being the Plot Flyer, is like kind of unplayable because you just run out of cards playing it? That it just doesn't necessarily do much damage really for you. A lot of mana. We go here. You know the goal. Here's 4. Then we get brick walled by a Screaming Nemesis, kind of. Of a Hellkite is pretty good. We do need either a land that can start targeting our stuff, or we need to just draw continuous burn, I guess. Well, I mean, hello, you ring? I'm Mr. Lightning Strike. Down to 6. And obviously now you have to be somewhat careful about how they decide whether they're attacking or not. Sure, they messed up their mana. What do I do here? To attack or not to? Well, because they can't block Screaming Nemesis here. I guess just this, right? Sure. I think it's just this. Let it through. Weird. Okay. It does 3 regardless, and it's not like you gain life. No. What you got for me? Sure. I'm gonna have enough there. Let's get you out of the game, boss. I'm not gonna hold you here. I'm not gonna hold you hostage. We can just move on. Normally, I would feel like this is way too much, but based on the fact that our mana is at 24 lands, I feel like this is actually not the worst. Run it up. Would you like to put this back in my hand? Sure, dude. Fine with me. Here. Before we used to not be able to do that because like Jawari's disruption existed, which is kind of crazy to think about. But Nerger. How many counter spells are you gonna have, Mr. Blue? Ask again. Actually did. All right. Bet. This one. Weirdly plays around the other profs, so you're gonna bounce this back to my hand too. Does seem like a weird one. In a spot like this. We'll see. No? Kind of have to let you draw an extra card here. Kind of in my contract. Force him to do it now. Ooh, we cleared it. Cleared it. Interesting. Also, I can play this and have it block. Realistically. And now we can like start worrying about their cards. That's even where we want to be. Like, they didn't have a counter spell before, right? So now we should know. They probably don't have one now, so the block should come through. I think this should block. Obviously, they could have a 3 steps ahead, but here, like, I think this block's just too good. And obviously, they would love to flash this in and draw with it, but on my end step, of course. This is one of those weird things, like, you have to interact. I think I just hold up my burn here. Do I Witch Stalker this Curiosity? I have no idea. Sure. That's fine. I definitely just pass. Turn. What a weird game to be in. It's not stunned, so it's not like it misses out on anything. Best case scenario. My opponent does something weird, brings up the Sanctuary, and attacks out with everything, and then we just accept it. Besides, maybe we shoot the Curiosity, to be honest, so our life total is much higher. Or we hit the attacking land, because then it's, you know, the only on top creature. Because then it would take 4 here. And that's just so much damage. Then a hasty Hellkite can shoot a 1/1 out of the air and get through, right? So there's a lot of options, I guess. No way. No way. That's all we want? Are you countering this? Sure. Nuts. Sure. One of these. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The problem is this isn't a lethal amount, so this is technically right now they have a lethal amount on the board, which they should have let. Well, the mana like doesn't work out. They would need one more land and a bounce. Okay, see it. Being at 11, their land's 3, the curiosity's 5, so that goes to 8, 9, 10 now, so I'd be at 1. A block or not to block? I think their hand probably sucks, to be honest, so I'm gonna block. It's a prediction. I don't know if it sucks, but we're just hoping. Play land. Play the land from your hand. Ah, brutal. Warp. Combat. I guess I'm not dead regardless, right? So I should risk this. Oh, we get there. Because the thing is, say they have the answer, right? Or they flash in a creature that get to make the block. Whatever may be, right? Bounce the thing back to the hand. Probably this one, right? Because then this one goes to exile. If they bring this up in this, it's only 9, and they would draw 2 technically. But, we'll take it. What? Oh, never mind. I about said 24 lands. We have a 2-lander, but I have a 3-lander with this. Yeah, perfect. Fire Claw. I'd like to play a tap land. No. I'd like to play a Warden. This is probably the blue-white deck that I've seen popping up. I think I want to go here. Could have attacked first and see if they blocked, but now they get a free block. Or not. Don't take the free block. It's fine. Alright, deal. Maybe they're like, my opponent's bad. I'll let them have the damage that I would have let them have in the first place. Or maybe they told themselves that they wouldn't block there. I don't know. That's like one of the things I don't mess up really in paper, but here I mess it up because I'm just like, you get me through this, you know what I mean? Sure. Shelter by Ghost. You got me locked up pretty well right now. I think we want to set up the higher claw with Oger just right around the corner, right? We'll miss a damage because having a better blocker back is better, right? Because now this can't just attack me. Sure. Where's this map going, brother? You have another creature to play. Oh, that's a pretty good creature. Kind of weird, because now I want to play this. But... oh, they tap it a bit different. This is just combat damage, right? Yeah. Oger? A lot. Down to 8. A big swing. A second shelter by Ghost here would be literally back-breaking. There's not a whole lot we can do, but we can try our best. There's a Quantum Riddler. So I could tell my opponent already didn't have the same issue I had when I played the deck. I have the results. I know exactly what happened when I played this deck. I flooded more than I've ever flooded in any version of that deck ever, dude. It was crazy. It was quite nuts. You do have to be careful here, because technically they don't kill me. Right. Oger, the attack when you higher calls will. This has vigilance, so 9. You fully tapped out for this, right? So 14. 1. Sure. I mean, we have no other choice, right? Oh, we realized we made a mistake, huh? Yeah, we'll keep this, I think, right? Higher Claw's cool, but I think with the option of getting a card with Menace to start the engines going up feels good, right? Then we go right into the Razor Needlehead, into Nemesis, and then if we obviously find the other land, we can always give this haste where the opposite is not true with this. So bada bing, bada boom. Can you imagine if you could get speed on your opponent's turn too? This would be insane. It'd be nuts. Here. I have 5 mana. We need to find good cards. I'll tell you that. But this Oars off control. This is going to be an awful matchup if it is, to be honest. Oh. You sacrifice? We're just in a weird... we just have a really, really weird hand? Or raise to pass? I had a Forsaken Miner in there. Seems like absurd, right? Team Rip to take... good, good, good. Oh, okay. Combat. I don't think there's a chance they block, but they could. I don't even think they can afford to block, realistically, but they can if they want to. Wait. I got what I wanted. Down to 11 they go. If they play something like Enduring, they'll be in a really weird spot because the extra draws will actually hurt them a lot because of this Razorkin. Cosmo, okay. Obviously no attack here. First strike on that. Our one creature has Menace. This is a 2/3 that I can pump up to a 3/4. So I can deal 6, 7, 8, 9 potentially here. Then 10. Why didn't I play this? Why didn't I? Whatever. Called being bad. I could have played land, played higher claw, and then I would have double pinged them. Which I guess wouldn't have done it. No, it would have. Because they would be one lower and then the Razorhead would get them. Although I don't feel like they could take all this damage anyway. But maybe I'm wrong. Sweet. No, weirdly. We want to do 3 here first, and on the second swing, we want to answer it. Yes, that's how I would want to do that. Basically, the thing is one makes a creature permanently, but the other one doesn't. So, Cosmic Grant makes creatures permanently. This makes them temporarily, and I'm not really casting a lot of spells in their turn anyway. Do they have something regardless? They do. Unfortunate. But Odger could win the game right here, though, which would be sweet. Unlucky. No attack, because there's just too many good blocks they have. We have the sneaker. We have the sneaky play of pump up our hired claws here, pretty much. The sneaky beaky play. You don't really have anything in the graveyard. Like, it's just a weird thing. Yeah, I think they realized. Pass. I'll just hold this land. This is the problem with red playing 24, in my opinion. Is now we have this weird thing where it's like, we have so many lands. No way to sack that though, so it's a bit weird. But now they definitely can take the risk though, at least. Pump. Pump. Just clear the board, I guess. Clearing the board, one thing at a time. And this gains life for everyone, so we have officially fallen behind where we were. That's what sucks, right? It's just like... Okay. No, don't worry. I have enough mana to upgrade every single one of these. But now they're in this weird spot where it's like they can keep doing that, I guess, if they want. The problem is I am presenting a lot of threats, right? I think they're realizing that. 'Cause I do have a lot of damage on the back end here. But it doesn't look like you're going to attack all the way out, so... They're tapped out. I'm tapped out. We might as well both just enjoy a good time here. I don't know. Yeah. No worries. Right on time. Right on time. This is the game of all time. What a way to lose. This is a problem of playing 24 lands, by the way. It's not really that close. That's 13. That's 5, 6, 7. This thing will get flying, right? Right. I don't actually know what I can do here. We have 4. I can shoot this. I don't know, bro. It's like cooked regardless, to be honest. Just took way too long. We have 7 lands in play. I can't even do that when I'm playing control, brother. I don't know what they expect me to do here. Go to blocks, bro. Oh, man. We had him so low for so long. And then we just flooded like crazy. Even a Hellkite here would have been nuts for us. And then we would just have the Hellkite have hit them every turn and they would have lost. A good thing we only play 4 of them. Yeah, bro, you got it. Opponents first. Thankfully, I got a Screaming Nemesis now that my opponent gained 40 life last game. But, you know, it is what it is. It's always weird to have Screaming Nemesis and not find it and watch your opponent just gain 1,000,000 life, right? It always hurts. Oh no, Vivi. Vivi, how's it feel to be the least liked person of all time? Come on. You can spell pierces if you want to do that. That's fine with me. It's probably into the flood maul if I had to actually guess, but there's this. Maybe they also have burst lightning, but Vivi doesn't even have to play that. It's actually bad in their deck. I play burst lightning when Vivi can just do it. It's built into his character sheet. Torch? Sure. That's not even a think question in my opinion, but sure. Like, do I want to remove the thing that stops me from drawing cards? Like, nah, bro, you're good. You should keep it. You should keep it. I think it's a good option. Here's an ME1. Enemy's up. I think the weird thing here is it feels that's the 3rd profs. I think the weird thing here, it feels like I gotta go Sanctuary. Well, now I don't know. Well, no, I do know. It's Challenger into Lightning Strike for Vivi. So that they can play a Cauldron and then ruin my whole day. Sure. Seems like reactionary to do that against a deck that doesn't gain life, really. Okay. Fiora is a cool card that we just, like, don't play anymore. Oh, no! It's almost... like... It's almost like we know it's coming. Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro. And here, I think, weirdly enough, it's just attack for 2, bring up the Soulstone, and Witch Stalker their next creature that they play. Sure. Another Vivi. Get into combat. This is a sorcery, right? So it does nothing. Here. They don't have a VV under it, so they're kind of in top deck mode. Well, I mean, I guess if I explode off of one draw next turn, I explode off of one draw next turn, right? But taking over half their life total here, putting them on a draw, maybe two, who knows? Especially considering Screaming Nemesis are so hard to deal with when they're attacking. Because, like, even if they commit to a lot to the board, yeah, they still got to do what they got to do. But, sweet. We beat Vivi. Mono Red's very good at doing that. So, obviously, we take that with a grain of salt. Because, obviously, we're supposed to kind of win that based on statistics. But, sure. We are first. We will keep this one, of course. We have quite the aggressive opener. Right into Razor after a higher claw is always pretty good feeling. Sure, dude. Yeah, I'm still playing this. Probably artifacts, if I had to guess. So, I don't know what our actual win condition is. Other than, like, fullest Jeskai control. Sure. Sure, dude. I think we have to get this down. Double authority is just brutal. Listen, I just beat Vivi for you. You should be like thanking me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Alright, so far they've gained 5 life. I actually have a Screaming Nemesis in play, by the way. Combat. Jeez. I have 1 mana. I'm not playing around anything. I ain't playing around nothing. Your life total is permanent with me. Play here so it can attack technically. Here. Here. Five more upstairs. I understand they can helix this, but like, oh, consult. Heal. Down to 2. Plus, like, any burn spell it being good. And a tap lane is not great for them. Sure. Maybe he'll forget. We got him. Nice. And thankfully we did when we did, because it was getting dangerous out here. But that is a bit of a scenario where going first won us that game, where if we were on the draw, I don't think we actually do, weirdly enough, but we'll take it. All right, cool. We'll keep a hold of this. I think with no 2-drop here, I actually want to play a Higher Claw first. So I actually like playing Higher Claw if the 2-drop plan is to level it, even though obviously the engine part kind of falls short on that. Especially against this, where it keeps kind of like the drain spells maybe away. Something like a Nowhere to Run finds a little bit of a harder time. Sultai Reanimator, okay. Well. Play here. Combat. Brutal. Yeah, I mean, if they just turn for us, right? Like they just turn for us. Oh, snap. Our opponent kept a little bit of a spicy boy, huh? Give me the other bitter triumph, please. Nice. All right, well, we'll see. All right. This one. How many more bitter triumphs can this person have? Dude, there's no way that you play bitter triumphs and you literally have 3 or 4 of them. What? Okay. Have you ever thought about beating control in your entire life? Like, what is this? There is no way you leave, bro. I feel disrespected. I hated all that. I hated everything that just happened. That's messed up. Is that... Did I not play again? Are the servers down? I mean, that would make sense. I'm gonna assume the servers are down, and I'm gonna do my outro while I can. All right, well, I was going to play, and as you saw, I think I got it in time that I just got clipped out of the game, and just waiting for server and DC this. But this is where we were. We're a little heavy on lands, but it's kind of weird when you're playing a couple of 4 drops and 5 drops to not be a bit heavy on lands, even though it's best of 1. Which is just weird. But the thing is you get a lot of value with even your 1 drops to like start pumping a lot of mana into, and with the rock face. But maybe with this deck we just go to 4 rock faces. I'm on 2. Basically mimicking the mana base that mono red uses right now, at least on I guess on the standard showcase challenge. This mana base that was being used on a first place list that went 9 and 2. That's kind of my reasoning for having 24 lands. If the mono red players are just doing it, then it's probably the right thing to be doing. Especially for us who are playing like Ogre. We're not necessarily copying what they're doing, but with Ogre and Hellkite, it's a bit more on that side. And Screaming Nemesis, like we have to, with this much heavy stuff, we have to hit 3 lands every game, right? So you have to be a bit higher. It does lead to flooding, but obviously that means these are a bit better because they're always going to be able to be activated for the most part. But Rockface Village, maybe we just go up on it, even though it doesn't necessarily have a ton of value. But with it alone, with an unanswered challenger, maybe it's a little bit more worth it. Obviously, you can also splash blue if you want to be playing the this guy to play the Scalding Viper, which is kind of a worse version of the Needlehead because it does affect us as well. But overall, it's not that bad if you're really wanting to play it, because it does then ping them for a ton with the Ogre. But I just felt like it's a bit overkill, and I just really wanted to play this. The other lists are just like a bit more burn, I think. Another Witch Stalker and 2 Shocks instead of these. I just think these are fun. I think they're really cool, and it's a really surprising way to catch your opponent off guard. The other thing you can do is like with like Screaming Nemesis taking damage, it's non-combat, so like that's higher. This is higher. This is higher. This is higher. Technically, this is higher. It's just a bit cool that way. And then this is also 4 damage, which is kind of funny. So with that said, I hope you all enjoyed regardless, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.